town of Ridgewater had always been a place of whispered secrets, but nothing shook it like the murder of Lila Dawson. Her body had been found at the edge of the woods, cold and twisted. Her once bright future snuffed out in an instant. The case had gone cold, but something darker lingered. Her soul never rested. Detective Lucas Miller returned to work after a near-fatal car crash that had shattered his memory. Despite his team's insistence that he take things slow, Lucas became fixated on Lila's case. He didn't know why, but her face haunted him, especially in his dreams. There was something about her death, something gnawing at the edges of his fractured mind, and he couldn't shake the feeling that he was somehow connected to it. His partner, Detective Sarah Blake, had been with him for years and had noticed how much he had changed. Since the accident, Lucas seemed different, distant, erratic. He would mutter about Lila, about how she wasn't really gone, how she was still waiting for something. One night, Lucas called Sarah to meet him at the crime scene. When she arrived, the woods were silent, a thick fog settling over the ground. Lucas stood near the spot where Lila's body had been found, his back to her, his posture tense. "I need to remember," Lucas said, without turning around. "I think I was here that night." Sarah froze. "You weren't there, Lucas. You were in the accident." He shook his head, his voice trembling. "What if I was? What if the accident was because of what I did? I keep seeing her, in flashes. She was scared of me, Sarah. I think I killed her." Sarah's blood ran cold. "No, Lucas, that's impossible. You wouldn't." But before she could finish, the temperature dropped, and from the mist, Lila's ghost emerged. Her face was twisted in agony, her hollow eyes filled with a burning hatred. The air crackled with her presence as she drifted closer. "You don't get to forget," Lila whispered, her voice chilling. Lucas fell to his knees, tears streaming down his face. "I'm sorry. I don't remember." But Lila didn't care. Her translucent hands reached out, icy fingers wrapping around Lucas's throat. He gasped, his body convulsing as she drained the life from him. Sarah watched in horror, unable to move, as Lucas collapsed to the ground, lifeless. Lila turned her gaze to Sarah, her expression softening. "You know the truth now," she whispered. "Make sure he never forgets." And then, Lila was gone, dissolving back into the mist. Sarah stood frozen, staring at Lucas's body. He had killed Lila, but he hadn't remembered it until it was too late. The case was over, but Sarah knew that the haunting had only just begun.